Hi everyone, this is part 3 of the Mega update. So I just started uploading part 1, which is finally working now, so hopefully all these parts are going to work. So parts 1 and 2 were music, so parts 3 and possibly 4 is going to be books and action figures and stuff like that. So I think I'll start with the action figures first. And well, I say action figures, you got stuff like models, action figures, I don't know, but I'll start off with these smaller ones first, and I absolutely love these guys. And I won't show you the first one yet, and I'll tell you what they are first. Recently, while I haven't been uploading, I have been watching YouTube videos and saw quite a lot of this Funko Pop stuff. So I think Adam's Collection 101 collects a lot of these. Well, he does these mostly now. I don't think he does DVD and game updates anymore. He just does these Funko Pop, and I think they're pretty cool. So when I was looking at them on YouTube, I saw these Horror Classics Mystery Minis, so I decided to get some of these. So try my luck at seeing what I can pull. So obviously this one's Captain Spaulding, and this is the most unluckiest one for me. I think I've got him 3 times now. I've got two normal ones. I've got one with a broken hat, which I super glued in now, sits on the dashboard in my car. So yeah, so that's Captain Spaulding. I love these guys, they look really great, so hopefully they do a second series of them. I'll stand them down there so they're out of the way. Next is one that I've tried for ages to get, and it's a common one, so yeah, and I think this is the last one I got actually. It's one I wanted the most because he just looks so cool, and it's Leatherface. This is the normal one. You can get a bloody variant one, which I believe is a chaser, one of the more rare ones, but I love this one, he looks great. So that was Leatherface. Next is Hannibal Lecter, the very first one I got. Looks pretty cool. Next I've got Chucky, again a very cool little figure, really like the look of him. This is the normal one. You can get a Bride of Chucky variant, and he is one of the 2 extremely rare ones to get. So I look forward to getting him if I start buying them again, because I know they are pretty hard to find now. I mean, I know you can buy them as they are out of the box, but I like to get the boxes to see what I've got. So yeah. Next is Freddy Krueger. Looks pretty cool. Next is Ash. Now everyone knows that I'm not a massive fan of the Evil Dead series or Ash's character, but I have to admit they've done him justice with this. I do really like this little one. He's great, with his boomstick on the back as well. Next is Ghostface. The only other double I got, again the double sits in on the dashboard in my car next to Captain Spaulding, so pretty cool. Love his little bloody knife that he's got there. Cool mask. Now the last 2 of these I've saved because they are actually rare ones, and I was really surprised that I got these. So I'll start with the chaser that I got. So I've got the NES Jason. I wasn't really hoping to pull him because I'm not really too fussed on the whole NES look for Jason. I mean, like the video game version, if you don't know what the NES is or whatever. Yeah, but they did a video game version. Now, of course, you can get the normal variant, but it's pretty cool. So when I opened him, I thought, pretty cool, I've got a chaser, so that hopefully means I've got another chaser, or like the best possible outcome, one of the 2 extremely rare ones. So when I took the little bag out of the box, because if you know they've got come in little black bags inside the boxes, and I was trying to feel what it was, because I thought it was the bloody version of Leatherface, but to my surprise it was one of the extremely rare ones, and it was the glow in the dark Pennywise. Now out of all the videos I've seen where people have been buying the whole 24 box set of them and opening the boxes, I've never seen anyone pull the glow in the dark Pennywise. And I was so surprised when I got him, I was so happy. So yeah, I've not got the normal version, but I have got the glow in the dark one, so I was really pleased about that. It's better than I thought I was going to get. I never thought I'd get one of the extremely rare ones ever, so happy about that. Next, sticking with the Funko Pop thing, decided to get 4 of the normal Funko Pop figures, and they're all on the same line, so I'll tell you all now, they're all Jokers. So I've got the Cesar Romero Joker, who looks pretty cool. Next is one that took ages for me to get. I don't know why, it took ages through the post. And it's the Heath Ledger Joker. Again, he looks really cool. I just got the normal Joker that they did. I think he's from the Batman animated series because his costume looks a lot like the animated series one. I don't like the eyes though. I don't know why, but they don't really suit him. Looks pretty cool either way. And lastly for the Funko Pop, and my favourite Joker of all is the Arkham Asylum Joker. Now he looks pretty boss. Looks awesome. And I have all 4 of them stood on my on top of my shelves for my DVDs. So my little army of Jokers. Right, carrying on with the action figures. Next is one from the NECA range, one of the NECA cloth figures, and it was Leatherface. It looks pretty cool. So I know they've done another one as well. I really want to get that, which is the Pretty Lady Leatherface, or whatever, however you want to call him. So look pretty cool. This is a padded figure as well because it's quite a bigger figure. Leatherface, he's quite a bigger built bloke. He's got padding in it as well, so this is pretty good. Next, for the retro cloth figures. So I turn around and I've got my laptop uploading the arm, and I'm a bit paranoid to just see if it stops the video or not. But it's the Roy Burns Jason from Part 5. Absolutely awesome figure. I've been waiting for a Part 5 Jason for a while, so I'm really happy to get that. My only gripe with him though is that his mask is really loose, and on the back I've actually had to put a little bit of blue tack on, keep his mask on. But if I was to take his mask off quickly, they've gone into great detail in this, where you can see Roy's face underneath the mask. Well, if you know what I mean, underneath the hockey mask, underneath his rubber mask sort of thing. So yeah, it looks awesome. But again, the only gripe is that the mask is really loose on his head, so I've had to stick a bit of blue tack on him. Next is one that I was really surprised to get because it was a Comic Con exclusive. Where's that gone now? I'll find it in a minute. It's a Comic Con exclusive, and I've been looking for it online, and it's been roughly about £50 of mine. And I really didn't want to buy that, but I found one for £20, and I snapped him up straight away. And it's the Super Freddy. And what you heard drop, or what you saw me looking for, was his hat. I don't know where his hat's gone. Again, that's the only... Oh, there it is. Again, that's the only downside of this figure, because his head's so big, the hat sits really loose on his head, and it keeps falling off. But either way, it's a pretty cool character and a great addition to my Freddy collection. I've always wanted a Super Freddy as well. Lastly, for the retro cloth figures, I've got Trooper Eddie from Iron Maiden. I know they do a mummy version of Eddie now, and I think they're doing another version as well. I can't remember what it is, but really wanted this one, the Trooper one. But I was a bit disappointed when I got it, because in all the pictures that I saw on the internet, you got the figure, the sword, and he did have a flag with him. Now I got this figure brand new in packaging, and he didn't have a flag, hence why he's not posed with one. I don't know why that is. I don't know, if someone bought a same figure as this, that they got 2 flags instead of a sword or something. I don't know, but yeah, I'm missing the flag, which is really disappointing. So otherwise, it's a pretty cool figure. Right, next we got the normal figures, again from NECA, and they're all on the same lines, same figure, well, same character I should say, and it's Freddy Krueger. Now this is the Ultimate Freddy Krueger. I think it's the... trying to look at the box up there because I kept the box as a bit of a display piece. I think it's the 30th edition, 30th anniversary edition of Freddy Krueger. So it's pretty cool. So he comes with a lot of accessories, which I'm not going to show you, but this is probably the best Freddy figure I've seen by far from NECA. Awesome stuff. Next is my second favourite Freddy figure. I really like this one, and it's the Part 5 Freddy, I believe, from Dream Child, right at the very beginning when he's reborn. So I love the sculpt on the face, great sculpt, and I like the whole disfigured hand and foot as well. It sits really well, really great looking figure. Next is one that I was really disappointed in actually. I was really looking forward to getting it, and then when it came I was just so disappointed with it. And it's the Power Glove Freddy from Freddy's Dead. There's a couple of reasons why I'm disappointed with this one. One is the appalling sculpt on the face. I mean, what's going on there? I don't quite understand that. And two, in the pictures on the internet, and this is how I wanted to pose him on my shelf, you could turn... The pictures on the internet show you that you could turn his glove so it's facing that way and have the other hand look like it's controlling the glove, but the glove doesn't reach that far over and his other hand doesn't, so it just looks like he's like doing that sort of thing instead of that like he's meant to, which is quite disappointing really. Really wasn't happy with this figure. Otherwise it's a great idea to do. I mean, the glove does look awesome, I have to admit, but you know, the face isn't really that cool, and just a bit disappointed with the posability of him. Lastly, for the figures, which is a really cool figure, and it is the opposite to the Power Glove Freddy. It is the Unburnt Freddy, or the Human Freddy, or however you want to call him. I mean, this is a great sculpt. I mean, it looks so much like Robert Englund. It's brilliant. And it's the only Freddy figure that I posed without the hat because he just looks so much better without the hat. It's great detail gone into this figure. I mean, it's pretty much the same sculpt for all the other Freddys, same body, same leg shapes, same posability, but I mean, they've done it justice with the face there. It looks brilliant. So that was the last of the figures, and now I'm going to show you the books quickly. So the first proper, well, the only proper book I got, I think it's the only proper book I got to show you this update, is based on one of my favourite video game. Well, the video game was based on these books. It's The Last Wish, and I'm not going to pronounce the author's name, but so by looking at this, you can tell that one of my favourite video game franchises now is The Witcher. So I've played The Witcher 2, it was just okay, and then The Witcher 3 I have got, and I'm going to show it when I show my video games, is absolutely fantastic. I don't know, it's the best PlayStation 4 game I've played so far, I'd say, The Witcher 3. I mean, I've spent hours on it and I've still not done every mission. I just really like it, so I was intrigued to read the books, so I've got book 1, which is The Last Wish. So yeah, I look forward to reading this. I'm going to read it when I'm on holiday and then get the others, so I look forward to that. Next is Predator Omnibus Volume 1. I think I did show my Alien vs Predator Omnibus, and what it is a big book of graphic novels, and this one's all to do with Predator, so I'm about a quarter of the way through this one, so I've not finished it yet, so yeah, I look forward to finishing that. Next is the Terminator Omnibus Volume 1. Now, I did read this one, and I did quite like most of the stories in this. I have to admit, it was a bit slow to start, but it did pick up, like, after a while it did pick up, and I did quite enjoy the stories, and they're quite well thought out. But the one thing with the Predator film, not Predator, with the Terminator films and the books and what have you, is they're not consistent with the movies, so there's no consistency, which does annoy me, but I do enjoy the stories. Next is another graphic novel. It's Friday the 13th Part 2, or Book 2 I should say, by Wildstorm Comics. I had Book 1 for ages and now I decided to get Book 2, and it's not a solid story, it's loads of smaller stories, like featuring Jason, not necessarily about Jason but featuring the character, which are pretty good. So for example, there's a story about Indians living in the woods and what have you, and like spirit of vengeance sort of thing. So and I like this policeman that's hunting down Jason. It's pretty cool. I did enjoy this one quite a lot. And then to go with that one, I got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Book 2. Again, like the Friday the 13th one, this is a collection of short stories, not necessarily about Leatherface or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but it's all involved with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Not necessarily the same characters, but it is involved with it somehow. Again, this one was disappointing, but it's still an okay read, I'd say. Now, my favourite thing in this book, and my favourite out the book so far, it's a graphic novel. I've seen the films, I love the films, especially the first one, and it's The Crow. And it took me ages to get this. It's been on my wish list for ages, so I finally got round to getting it, and I was so glad I got it. It's the best graphic novel I've ever read, and people that have read this and seen the film, I mean the film's pretty good. I know the TV series is pretty much the first film, but I mean this book is so good. I've found the book so much better and a lot sadder as well. I mean the film was pretty much, it did have its sad moments, but it's more action packed than anything. But I mean the book, it was just so sad, especially like I'm not gonna spoil it. I won't say what parts are sad, but it is a very sad story, and based on a true story as well. Well, it's like something happened to the author, and that's why he decided to write The Crow. It's not based on a true story, but or true events. It's just the author's story. If you read it, you'll know what I'm trying to say, but I can't really put it into words. But yeah, it's just a great story. Really sad. Really enjoyed it though. Next is Batman Arkham Asylum. This one was pretty good. Really weird and dark. I mean, compared to the game Arkham Asylum, it's one of the best Batman games ever when it came out. And I've been wanting to get this for ages, but I think the artwork kind of put me off. I mean, it's not like your typical Batman, so like that. I mean, it's not a very good picture to show you. I'll try and find something different. Say like this, like you can clearly see like the Joker in some of these pictures here, and it's not your typical Batman style comic, but it's really dark and quite a great story. Next is Batman Arkham City. This one was okay, but unlike the first one, this was more like the Friday the 13th and Texas Chainsaw. It's a collection of short stories that prequel Arkham City, so it's sort of like the events, but after Arkham Asylum, but before Arkham City, if you know what I mean. And then towards the end of the book, it's more to do about the villains, like stories that involve the villains. So it's pretty cool. Next, this one I was really disappointed in. I mean, lots of people said this graphic novel was really good, so I decided to pick it up. But I don't know, there's something about it that I didn't quite like. It was good. I have to admit, it was good, but not as good as I thought it was going to be. And it was Batman: The Killing Joke, and I know a lot of people are going to hate me for this because it's got quite a big cult following. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't really enjoy it that much. Perhaps it's down for another read. I don't know, but it was just okay. But I was disappointed. Lastly, for the books and this part of the mega update is a big book about the Joker. I mean, the Joker is one of my favourite characters, like comic book characters ever, if not my favourite comic book character. So I've not read this book yet. I do plan to read it soon, but it's basically the history of the Joker from his very first appearance right through to his more recent appearances, and anything to do with the Joker, really. I mean, you got bits about Harley Quinn and this, and bits about the Joker's relationship to Batman. It just looks like a really interesting read. So yeah, so I'll enjoy reading that. So thanks for watching part 3. Look forward to part 4, which is probably going to be video games. So see you all later. Bye.